This is Dan of Vagabond Awake.
𝗕liche from 𝗕𝗔𝗡.
We're over here in the background in this beautiful Balinese garden.
Yes.
And today we want to discuss the entry requirements for Bali, Indonesia, and is it worth it?
Yeah, it changed already.
Yeah, the rules changed since we were last here, but it's a long time since we were here. So the first thing we noticed was that in order for me to fly into Bali, I had to do what's called an e-visa,
Yes.
and we'll provide you with the link to this so you can do it.
Yes, but this only applies to all the countries except the Southeast Asia.
Yeah, the Asian countries probably.
Yeah.
So if you're European or Canadian or maybe Australian, but it's $35. You fill out a form online. Not a lot of drama, pretty straightforward. It's not really asking much. And so that part I would say is not really a problem. Other than the $35 is kind of annoying.
And also, if you didn't do it online, you can do it on arrival, so don't worry. Just we like to do the thing prepared, so when we land, we don't need to, go through the time waiting and that. So actually our time to arrive to the airport and get out is pretty fast,
Really fast,
very
yeah.
smooth.
Then when we got to the counter to check in, and by the way, we were flying with Malaysian Airlines.
Yes.
They told us there were 2 more documents we needed.
Yes.
And we'll give you links to both of those. But one was a customs declaration form, which was already on most countries paperwork that you fill out while you're on the airplane and hand to immigration, which is just talking about, are you importing anything? Are you bringing too much cash in? This kind of thing. And it was pretty straightforward, not really surprising at all. It's typical of entering a country.
Yes, you just need to go to the online and fill in the form, get a QR code. Or you can also do it in the airport. They will provide you a Wi-Fi and a QR code to fill out the form.
Yeah.
And then when you pass the custom, you just need to take your phone and then scan the QR code. They will let you go.
And they did ask for it, so we were able to use it. It did provide some value to us. It saved us time in customs. The other thing I failed to mention about the e-visa is once you filled it out, you can download the actual e-visa itself. And we just saved it on our phones and showed it to the e-visa to the immigration people.
Yes.
And so make sure to download that. The third thing was the
Perlindungi, which is the apps of the in Indonesia they use for to showing the COVID shots certificate.
Yeah. Now there's no requirement to have a COVID vaccination to come to Indonesia anymore, and there's no requirement for a PCR or test of any kind for COVID to come to Indonesia.
Yes.
So we think it's kind of a legacy system. The airline, we thought maybe they didn't know, but then I checked online a few moments ago, and still it's saying you need this document. I presume it's because it's not a document. I'm sorry. It's an app that you fill out some information. I presume it's because they want, if there were an outbreak or something, they want some way to contact you. So I don't really know, but it only took a few minutes to fill out. I was a little bit annoyed by it because I'd heard the testing and all that was over with, but it probably only took me 10 minutes of my time to fill it out. And we did it in the airport while we were waiting for our plane. And we've already said no testing, no vaccinations. We're both vaccinated, but because we've been traveling throughout COVID, and in a lot of the countries we've been to have required proof of vaccination, but that's no longer the case in many, many countries, including here in Indonesia.
One more thing that I have to mention is Indonesia, when you come in, most of airline will ask your return ticket or your own flight ticket. This is what happened to us in Malaysia. When we check in the counter, the airline asks, do you have the onward ticket? So they want to see.
They want to see that you're leaving the country during the period you have.
Yes.
My visa was a 30-day visa on arrival, I guess they call it.
Yes.
It's for 30 days. You can extend it apparently for the $35, maybe more, I don't know.
Another 30 days, that's all.
Okay, just 30 more.
Yes.
But they didn't ask me for my return ticket. They did ask me when I was leaving.
Yes.
And I told them the date that was on my return ticket. In this case, we bought round-trip tickets, so I had one. If we didn't, I would have bought one of those rent-a-ticket places
Yes.
we talk about, which I'll put a link below for
Yeah,
you.
top.
So I'll put a link below. To get a return ticket or an onward flight, it costs about $12. Just come to the webpage and you'll see the link to that.
A new thing happened in Bali. The airport's been changed. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful.
Yeah, the roads are busier. We'd noticed it took over an hour to get from the airport up here to 𝗂𝐵𝐿. And before, it was less than an hour, I think, maybe 40 minutes or
40
something.
minutes or something.
And so the traffic is...
And we ran in the rush hour, so it's different. It's
Yeah.
1.5 hours actually.
Right. We're here for a month. We're going to be telling you all about Bali. We haven't been here in 5 years. We're really enjoying it. We started out with a $10 per night apartment, which I'll show you in a minute. This is our homestay in Bali. It's very nice. We love the garden. Look at this, isn't it amazing? Wait a second. Isn't that 𝗙𝗲𝗄𝐿 from Hobo Ventures? Check out our room. You're probably not going to believe this, but this was $12 a night. We found it at Airbnb. We'll put a link for you below. We just got here last night. It doesn't have a kitchen, but so we'll do our apartment hunting now. Has a big bathroom and has hot water, by the way. Sink, toilet. What else do you need for $12? Amazing. Nice garden view out the front. And we've had some beautiful $2 meals here.
𝗪ci𝗂𝐀𝐈𝐕𝐈𝐍𝐵. Very nice meal. Very nice meal. And my one is tofu with chili both. This 25. That is 35.
Yeah.
We heard rumors that it was very, very expensive here now.
Yeah, but when we arrived, we able to still found a place in the Ubud Center for $10 for a room.
Yeah.
We just get a room first because we want to be on ground to find an apartment. And we are very lucky we found, and this you see in the next video, how we found our apartment.
Yeah, and so the one we're in, we just took for 5 days. What I do agree with, and I think 𝗙 also, is that the prices on Airbnb have gone up an easy 20 or 30, 40, even 50%.
Yes.
And so what we do in those cases, I have a report called How to Find Perfect Apartments Around the World. I'll put a link up here. What we did is just book the first 5 days, and then we walked the neighborhoods. We checked Facebook posts and other things, which I'll talk about in that other video.
Yes.
And we found an amazing place, which we're going to show you, like I said, in a future video.
Yeah.
And it was like $12 or something.
$11.
$11 a night.
It's apartment, so
Apartment.
stay tuned for that.
And we'll also show you some of the $2 meals we have.
And also, we found the life in Bali is still very good, and we like it.
What I love about Bali is, if you notice around us, there's all these gorgeous plants.
Yes.
And behind the plants is the temple. And this is just the hotel's temple where we're staying. And it's very common, Bali, to have these sorts of temples everywhere. And so gorgeous architecture, green, lush plants all around you. It's quite a delightful place to be.
Actually this is the house. It's like, you know what, in Mexico you call that?
Hacienda?
Hacienda. It's like hacienda. And this temple is a sharing temple of this neighborhood.
It's right in the middle of the community here.
It's a community. This is a community.
Yeah, it's a family-owned community. There's several sisters that do Airbnbs here and stuff. So
They are very nice.
yeah, so I just love Bali as much as ever. I think it's the bottom line. And it's to answer the question, is it worth it 10 times over? I was annoyed, honestly. Anytime things change and you're used to how they used to be, you have a moment of annoyance.
Yeah.
But if they don't make it too annoying, then you're like, hey, it's still great. And I feel that way about it. I mean, just filling out a couple forms online, And there's really no new information really that they're gathering. It's just that you have to do it on your phone or your laptop instead of on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So,
But they have people assist you on the airport, so you have no worry. They have a lot of assistants over there.
Yeah.
And by the way, also, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it, because when we arrive in Bali, you will feel the calm, the peaceful.
yeah.
Because surrounding, like you said, surrounding by the green, so which is very nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. And we're in 𝗂𝗏, and we'll do some trips to the beach and show you the beach too. We're up in the mountains, still a little cooler. We don't even need AC here. And amazing choices of restaurants, both local and international.
Yeah, I still can find $1 meal and $2 meal, and it's very delicious food.
Stay tuned. Later we'll update you with the new apartment and more about Bali.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, if you liked our video, please like, comment, or subscribe. Any of that would help our business. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Click the link in the notes below this video to get a copy of this content. Plus, grab a free copy of my ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 13 Years. While you're there, check out our catalog of retired cheap reports all over the world and our hobby income course that we just released. Thanks so much.